this point, most people know who Memoriam are, especially if you are a Bolt Thrower fan who has, have you been wanting Bolt Thrower albums since 2005, just as I have. And, granted, their first couple of records were kind of crap. They weren't bad. They were just poorly made, and the riffs just weren't there. It was an approximation of Bolt Thrower that was, yeah, it was just all right. Um, there's nothing worse than seeing a band revive like Massacre and whatnot, and they just hire people to write songs that are mediocre for them, and they cash in on the brand. And I don't think that's a conspiracy theory or anything. It's obviously been done quite a bit, and people have been pretty open about how they were hired to write an average, you know, album for a legacy band, and make a go of it again. I don't know that that was the case here. I don't think at all. I think it was more that they just needed to find, they found who they felt were the right people, and it took them a couple records to get it up to the point where Bolt Thrower fans kind of shut the fuck up about it. So, uh, yeah, I was one of those people where even stepping in to review that third album, Requiem for Mankind, I was a total dick about it. I was like, you know what, none of this shit was up to standard. A lot of this shit is a joke when bands like this try to take over the legacy. And maybe that was the wrong mindset, but that album was good, and that was kind of the point of that review. Is that album met that standard? It was pretty solid, and I wasn't won over as a fan quite yet, but I definitely listened to that album beyond reviewing it and kept enjoying it for what it was, and that was just more Bolt Thrower, which is what we all want. Um, Now I lean more towards the realm of chaos side of things. I really like early Bolt Thrower the most, just because it's a little bit more chaotic and emergent, and closer to grindcore in some ways, which I think was where Bolt Thrower were most interesting. That's just my own taste in that band. But back to Memoriam, well, they've been really consistent, and I think that's really paid off in the long run in terms of delivering a better record each time, which is in the same style and intends to make the same argument. And now on their fifth album, Rise to Power, makes a strong argument for what they're doing. I think that they're making a lot of personal choices that aren't necessarily catering to what a fan might want out of Bolt Thrower, which is a big riff up front and a lot of harmonized lead guitar solos that imply the melodic death metal side of Bolt Thrower. But they do eventually get there on this record. And the first half might be rough for some old school fans who just feel like there's a lot of faffing about going on with the rhythms. And I definitely point that out here. But as we step into the second half of the album, All Is Forgiven, I think it's a much better record. As Annihilation's Dawn is really the song where I was like, hey, this is good. This is pretty good. Um, it's nothing new, but it is something good. And uh, the last four songs on the album follow suit, with the final song being one of the best they've ever written. I was a little surprised by that because I just figured, well, this band is kind of coasting on what they appear to be, but no, they've kept at it. There's solid songs on each record looking back, and they've managed, I think, their best collection of pieces here. Um, so I would say, yeah, if you we'll take a quick look at a clip of Total War to get some footing on what's just kind of average about the album. Now, most songs in the first half are just kind of average in that sense and nothing special, but it introduces the record in a meaningful way. And the last point I'll make, and I'll play a clip from Annihilation's Dawn, is that the record does get better. There are more signature moments here that make it worth picking up or checking out. Give it a full listen and see what it's all about. So There'll be a short clip of Annihilation's Dawn as I post the score here, which is it's a moderate recommendation. I don't think they're fully there yet after 5 albums. I think it's taken a while to get to this level of quality, but if they sustain that, they'll have won me over as a fan and a long term fan of Bolt Thrower. So check out the details in the full review on the site and see if it's your kind of where you want to jump back in with anything Bolt Thrower related.